Whether you're stuck in traffic, hitting the gym, or just winding down, we are here to spill the hottest tea from your favorite Bravo shows. From the wildest reunions to the quietest social media unfollows, we cover it all. So welcome back to Reality TV Podcasts and Clips. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Let's get into it on 3, 2, 1.
Okay, we have a huge amount of stuff to get through today.
Yeah.
I mean, we're looking at everything from power shifts in West Hollywood to like full-on political campaigns in Atlanta.
It's a lot.
It is. But I want to start with the situation that I think shows the whole, life cycle of a reality star. We're talking about Brittany Cartwright.
Mm-hmm.
She's been everywhere promoting the Valley, and she dropped some info about her relationship with Vanderpump Rules that felt different, a real departure.
It really is. Usually when someone leaves a big show, they try to stay connected. They'll tweet about it, start a podcast, recapping it.
Right. They stay in the orbit. Exactly. But Brittany just admitted she hasn't watched a single frame of the new season. Not one. She said it was weird and even crazy to watch now that she's not a part of it.
And you have to remember, that show was her entire life. For like a decade. It's where she met Jax, got married. It was her whole friend group.
Yeah.
To just cut that cord. It's interesting. It's like when you break up with someone and you just can't look at their social media anymore. It's just too strange.
Well, that's pretty much the analogy she used. And she made it clear it's not like out of malice. She supports them, but she's just totally disconnected from it. Her focus is 100% on the Valley.
And she compared the two shows, which I found really telling.
Oh, yeah. She basically sees Vanderpump Rules as the time with less responsibility.
And the Valley is, well, it's the consequences.
It's consequences. It's adulting. That's the word she used. She pointed out that on the new show, they're dealing with marriage, divorce, postpartum issues. The stakes are just so much higher.
It's not just about who hooked up at SUR anymore.
No, it's about custody schedules and broken homes. And speaking of that, she gave a really a stark update on co-parenting cruise with Jax.
It sounds pretty lonely, the way she described it.
It does. And you can see her really starting to build a new narrative here. She flat out said that she does pretty much everything by herself.
She did add the little PR line in there.
Oh, of course. You have to say, Jax loves his son, right? But then she immediately followed it up with, I'm the one who gets things done. She's defining herself as the primary parent.
She used the term single mom very, very deliberately. She said she's thriving as one, and it feels like she's already starting to capitalize on that identity.
It's a smart pivot. If your brand is, I'm an exhausted single mom doing it all, what do you sell people?
Energy.
Energy. She launched Lucky Farms, which is an energy drink, strawberry lemonade flavor.
But that market is so crowded. What's her angle?
She's leaning hard into the health side of it. She made a point to say it is 0 calories and 0 sugar. The idea is, I need energy 247 for my 4-year-old, but I'm also taking care of myself.
And it's sold out, right?
Instantly.
Yeah.
So that story, that narrative of Brittany, the independent businesswoman, is clearly working for her audience.
Okay, so let's move from the Valley to the mountains. From West Hollywood to Aspen. We have to talk about this weird crossover event between Potomac and Beverly Hills.
This was so fascinating. It really peeled back the curtain on the unwritten rules of the Bravo universe.
Yeah.
So the Potomac ladies are at Kimosabe.
The famous hat shop.
Right. And in walks Mauricio Mansky.
Kyle Richards' estranged husband, and Ashley Darby immediately sees an opportunity.
She does. She gets her castmate Stacey Rush to play Wing Woman. But then Gizelle Bryant just steps in and shuts it all down, declares Mauricio off limits.
And her reasoning is what's so interesting here. It wasn't about girl code?
Not at all. She might pretend it is, but she was very, very clear about the real reason. She said, and this is a quote, I don't want a Beverly Hills Potomac showdown.
She was afraid.
She was. She even named names. She said she didn't want Dora Dorit or Erica Jane coming after her. She knows Beverly Hills is a different weight class.
So it's pure self-preservation. She sees them as a bigger deal, basically.
Yes, she respects the hierarchy. Messing with Kyle's orbit has network-wide consequences, and she wasn't willing to risk that.
Which is so funny because in her confessional, she basically admitted that if that fear wasn't there...
Oh, she would have pounced on him. That was her word. She called him beautiful and said she would have spent horizontal time with him.
Wow. Okay.
So the only thing stopping her was fear of a cross-franchise war. Ashley tried to argue it's been 2 years, enough time has passed. Gizelle's response was just, End of story.
It's like Bravo geopolitics. But while they were there, another situation was unfolding that I think really speaks to how these shows get made. The whole thing with Angel Massey's vacation house.
This is a classic production trap.
Yeah.
The story we saw on TV was simple. Newcomer Angel books a bad house. The women complain. They move to a hotel. Angel looks incompetent.
But that's not what happened.
Not even close. It's now coming out that Angel didn't book that house at all. Production did.
Oh, wow.
They booked it last minute. Angel only saw it a day before they started filming. She actually told production it wasn't good enough, and they told her, and get this, the women have stayed in worse places.
So they set her up, they knew it would create conflict, and they put her name on it so the other women would attack her.
Precisely. They engineered the conflict. Giselle complained to the higher-ups, not even to Angel, which sealed the move, but the damage to Angel's reputation with the audience was already done.
That is so frustrating. And Angel's also dealing with Wendy Osefo, who spent all season questioning her finances.
Well, Angel is now calling Wendy's questioning ironic and a red herring. And the timing of this is not a coincidence.
It's because of the reports about Wendy's recent arrest, right?
It's exactly, for alleged insurance fraud. So the woman digging into Angel's money is now, facing allegations of fraud herself.
That is the definition of irony.
And Angel is pointing that out. She added a little line about feeling sad for Wendy's kids, which is sort of a polite way to twist the knife. But her point is clear, glass houses.
Okay, that reunion is going to be something else. Now let's head down to Atlanta. A Married to Medicine update. Dr. Heavenly Kimes is running for office, and not like a local seat.
No, this is a major step up. She's running for the U.S. Congress. She's entering the Democratic primary for Georgia's 13th district.
I mean, she's run for state representative before, but this is a whole different ballgame. And usually, we kind of roll our eyes when reality stars do this.
We do. It feels like a storyline. But Heavenly's reason for doing this seems to come from a very dark and personal place.
It's about her son, Damon Jr.
It is. His arrest in 2023, the charges. That clearly changed everything for her. She's been explicit that she wants to go to Washington to address police violence and change the laws. She said she can't sit idly by.
So she's turning pain into policy, which is a powerful motivator. But the team she's putting together, that's where it gets a little more reality TV.
Yeah. She hired Quad Webb as her campaign manager.
I mean...
Look, Dr. Contessa immediately questioned it, as would any political expert. But Heavenly is defending her choice, saying Quad is smart and catches on quick.
Quad is a genius at television, a master of the monologue. But running a federal campaign, that's logistics, fundraising.
It is. But it's also about getting attention. And hiring Quad guarantees the campaign becomes a central plot point on the show. So it guarantees screen time. Whether it gets votes is a whole other question.
We'll see if Miss Quad can whip the votes, I guess. Okay, let's move to Salt Lake City. The reunion fallout is still happening, and Heather Gay shared a detail about Andy Cohen that shows you just how chaotic it was.
This is actually shocking. She said the fighting was so bad, so intense, that the cast didn't even notice that Andy had stormed off the set.
He was just gone, and they didn't see him leave.
They were so locked in on each other, they literally didn't realize the host of the show had walked out in frustration. That's a level of range you just don't see very often.
Heather also gave some personal updates. She confirmed she's on GLP-1s, Ozempic specifically, and has lost 25 pounds.
And she was so matter-of-fact about it. No hiding, no, oh, I just stopped eating bread. She said she plans to stay on it indefinitely. In a world where everyone lies about this stuff, her honesty was kind of refreshing.
It was. She also talked about Meredith calling her a puppet master.
And her response was perfect. She just said, I'll take it.
Taking an insult and wearing it like a badge of honor.
Exactly. It implies she's in control, which is the image she wants. But while she's cool with Meredith, it seems things with Lisa Barlow are not so good. They haven't spoken since the reunion.
But the weirdest Lisa Barlow drama is actually coming from Mary Cosby.
Oh, this is so strange. Mary is attacking Lisa for the hot mic moment from 4 years ago. The one where Lisa called Meredith a whore.
And Lisa's defense is perfectly reasonable. She's like, Meredith and I are fine now. Why are you bringing this up?
It's the logical argument. If the victim forgives you, the case should be closed. But Mary's hung up on it. But what surprised me was Andy.
He actually sided with Mary.
He did. He usually wants them to move on. But he said that as a viewer, the sheer awfulness of that rant still permeates his thoughts. He basically said, some things are so bad they leave a permanent stain on the audience's memory, even if the cast moves on.
That's a really good point. Some things you say on camera they never go away.
Never.
Okay, finally, let's land in Beverly Hills for a fight over a single word. Missy.
Missygate. At 8 a.m. in Sedona, Sutton Strack calls Amanda Francis Missy.
And Amanda felt it had attitude. Kyle backed her up, called it condescending.
Which it can be.
It totally can be. But the context here is everything. Sutton wasn't just being randomly rude. She was stressed out of her mind.
She was spiraling. She believed that Amanda had information about her, from her former assistant, Avi. She thought Amanda was a threat.
So calling her Missy was a power move, a way to, diminish her.
Exactly. It was a microaggression fueled by paranoia. And Erica Jane actually made a very logical point in Sutton's defense.
What was that?
She basically said that the threat of having your personal secrets exposed by an employee is far more damaging than being called Missy.
Well, yeah, that definitely puts it in perspective.
Kathy Hilton tried to brush it all off, saying Sutton calls her Missy all the time and it's a love thing.
But tone and context matter. Kathy saying it over martini is very different from Sutton saying it to someone she thinks is about to ruin her life.
It wasn't a term of endearment. It was a verbal tactic to try and regain some control in a situation where she felt she had none.
Control really is the theme today, isn't it? Brittany taking control of her life, Giselle trying to control franchise borders, Heavenly trying to control the law itself.
And we can't forget the control production has. I really hope when you're watching you think about that Angel Massey story. The next time you see someone fail on one of these shows, just ask yourself, did they really fail? Or was the failure designed by the people holding the cameras?
That is such a critical thing to remember. We judge them for mistakes they were often pushed into making. And on the other side of that, thinking about Salt Lake City, I'm stuck on this idea of a statute of limitations for forgiveness. If Meredith can forgive Lisa, why can't the audience or Andy? Do we demand people be held accountable forever, or is it better for the show if we just move on?
I think it's the difference between real life and entertainment. In real life, you have to move on to survive. In entertainment, you replay the clip to survive.
That is definitely something to chew on. We'll leave you with that. Thank you so much for diving in with us. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will catch you on the next deep dive.